Hi. Okay, welcome back to the Inspired Lady podcast. It is Belle Grub. I am so excited for today's episode. This is one that I wanted to do like the first week that the Inspired Lady podcast came out, but we waited. We were patient. And this just felt like the right time, okay? Felt like the right time to talk about a morning and evening routine, okay? And we're going to start with the nighttime routine. When I was originally planning these out, I was going to start with the morning routine, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. But I've decided that I'm actually going to switch it because, to me, a successful morning starts the night before. I don't know if that's cheesy to say or not, but it really is true. So I'm going to start with the nighttime routine this week, and then next week, we're coming back for the morning routine, okay? And I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be super fun and good, and I don't know, just helpful, hopefully. So let's get into this episode because I really do think there's going to be a lot of tangible steps for you guys, okay? So let's talk about all of the things. First of all, I am drinking an Americano today. I thought Americanos were disgusting before. For those of you who don't know, Americano is part espresso, part water. So it's like watered down espresso. And I was like so against this. I had friends in college who would drink them all the time. And I was like, oh, that's disgusting. But now that I have to pay for espresso pods and milk and all that, all of a sudden these Americanos aren't too bad, okay? And they really don't taste bad. But also like financially, they're all kind of nice. Also, I want to say I'm recording this kind of early in the morning and I am really tired. Which is so funny because we're going to talk about morning and PM routines and all the things. Morning and PM. Wow. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Oh my gosh. If you're new here, I'm so sorry. But if you're not new here, well, I guess I'm sorry for you too. Okay. Let's move on. 2 life updates for you before we jump into all of the good details. First of all, I have started my laser hair journey. I'm so excited, guys. Okay, it takes 12 weeks. I'm on week 2. No, 3. I don't know. I'm somewhere in there. And I do it twice a week. I'm doing it at home because I want to see if that works. Because when I got quoted from all these different places, they were like $8,000 for your armpits. And I was like, you're funny. You're funny. Now, granted, I was working with like people who do it like permanently and not where you can like get it removed and then it comes back. Because I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. But apparently doing it right means $8,000 for a very, very small part of my body. So I've decided to do it. And Rose Skin Co. sent me a laser hair remover. And they are the sweetest company ever. I love them so much. And I'm doing the thing and I am so excited. I'm not really seeing anything yet because it's still so early and there's 12 more weeks of it. But I'm going to keep you posted. Anywho, next update. The house. I got a call from the realtor and they're like, yeah, the lot we sold you to build your house on, we didn't own it. We couldn't sell it. We had no rights to it. And I was like, are you serious? So we're living next to the lot we thought we were getting, which is actually better. I like the lot more over there, and we ended up saving a lot of money because of everything that happened. Matt negotiated with them and was like, yeah, we're not spending all this money. So we actually ended up saving like $3,000, which is so cool. But it was a little stressful. So anyways, I feel like this is the first of many house updates that I'm going to be like, yeah, this went wrong, but it's okay. We recovered. Okay. I'm expecting this because we're building a house, that's just what happens. Okay. Enough about me. Enough about my life updates. Let's move on to the evening routine, the PM routine, the closing shift, if you will, okay? So what I'm talking about here, this is post-gym. I usually try to either go to the gym over my lunch hour at work or right after work, pending what I have going on in the afternoon, what I'm feeling, all of that. Post-dinner, Matt and I try to eat dinner together when we can, but his hours at his job are a little wonky. He sells luxury cars, so he's all over the place. And sometimes he's not home until like 9 p.m. and sometimes he's home at like 5. So we just kind of do dinner whenever we can. This is after all of that, all of the unknowns of the day, after the day is truly over, okay? And I'm trying to wind myself down, okay? I also want to say I have turned into a grandma during marriage, okay? Marriage has changed me. I Well, actually, you know what? I take it back. I probably was like this before. Um, I go to bed pretty early, okay? I am usually in bed by like 9:30 and asleep by 10. That's about what happens to me every single night. So I'm usually starting this whole routine around like 8, 8:30. I find that it just helps me personally. I am not a night person. I'm not really sure I'm a morning person either, though, okay? I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not sure I am one or the other. There's not a time that I feel more creative, morning or night. I am more productive in the morning, I think, because I've forced myself to be. And I think that I am more relaxed in the evening, again, because I forced myself to be, okay? And so the morning night situation doesn't really apply to me. I think I'm just a day person, like midday. That's where you're going to see me at my best. Anywho, I start this routine around 8:30 just so I can show up for myself the best I can. But I know that there are some of you out there who are like, whoa, I need to start this at like 11 and I'm going to go to bed at 1. Well, maybe there aren't because that's extreme and I don't know if that's even feasible. But whatever, we're adapting all of the little things to fit our lives, okay? Again, you're not going to follow this routine like piece by piece. You're going to do what works for you. And if this is just to inspire your nighttime routine, okay? One more note. There is like a perfect versus essentials. That's what we're going to call it. So there are nights where I am on top of things. I've had a great day. Everything has kind of gone a little bit more according to my plan. Nothing huge happened to me that was just exhausting or sad or whatever. I'm doing really, really well in my headspace, all of the things. So that's my perfected routine, okay? My perfected routine is going to be me romanticizing the night, me hitting all of the check boxes, and I'm going to do everything well. But then we have the essentials routine, my non-negotiables in my nighttime routine. And if you listen to any guest episodes, usually I ask them what their non-negotiables are for the day in order to stay inspired and stay chasing their dream. So these are my non-negotiables for the night, okay? And that's all I do on these days because I've had a long day. I've had a really hard day and I'm tired and I just want to go to bed. I don't want to do all this, but I still need to keep showing up for myself and keep doing things that leave me motivated and ready for the following day, okay? All right, so let's jump into the perfected routine. We're going to start there because it's more fun to talk about. And I think it's more inspiring because there's more pieces to it. And I think that there's more we can learn from this, okay? And within the last month, my sleep routine, my nighttime routine has been revolutionized, okay? Some purchases were made, and it really has changed in the last, month or two, the way that I approach sleep and go to bed. So we're gonna do this, okay? The very first thing that I have to do before I start winding down for bed is a 15-minute cleanup. When I go to sleep, I struggle to necessarily allow myself to relax if there's a lot of clutter surrounding me or I'm thinking about the dishes in the sink or maybe I forgot to put away Tank's toys or just something. Like usually it's hard for me to kind of let myself rest if I know that there's obvious things that need to happen and I'm just pushing it off for tomorrow. Okay, I really enjoy when I'm able to wake up in the morning and do my devos without being surrounded by things I should have taken care of yesterday. Any clutter, any blankets unfolded, the remote out, extra glasses on the coffee table, any of that. It's so much more peaceful for me to wake up and be able to actually start the routine I want to. And again, this is setting ourselves up for success. So I always, I've done this for a very, very long time. It's just a quick 15-minute cleanup. And usually you don't even need the full 15 minutes. It's shorter than that if you're consistent with it, okay? So that means that I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to make sure there's nothing super out of place. Like we have TV trays so that way we can work while watching a movie or maybe sometimes eat while watching a movie without getting it all over the couch. Like if we were watching a movie the other night and the TV trays are out, well, that's annoying because on the couch is where I do my Bible study in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm just setting myself up to not be able to be in like a peaceful place in the morning, okay? So I fold all the blankets, make sure the pillows are where they're supposed to be, make sure there's no clothes on the ground. All of the drawers are closed in case I get up in the middle of the night and have to go to the bathroom and I stub my toe on a drawer, which literally happened pretty recently. So checking all the drawers is like a newer addition because it was horrible. Anyways, all of that being said, it's just so much nicer to begin the wind down with a clean space. And again, the more consistent you are with this, the easier that will be, okay? Then I start my tea. So I have a kettle that has like the hot plate underneath it. So it's like an electric kettle. And it's my favorite thing. I love it so, so much. I've had it since like freshman year of college. I used to make ramen with it, all of the things. But now I make it either to have a night cup of tea or lemon water, hot lemon water, okay? Depends what I'm in the mood for. Last night it was hot lemon water. So I will turn the kettle on and then I'll go pick out my outfit for the next day. For me, this is so, so crucial because if I don't pick out my outfit for the next day, probably going to put on some pair of leggings and an oversized crew. Because working with Aerie for so long, I've worked with Aerie for 2 years now, it's all that I have in my closet is like crew necks and like leggings and like cozy socks, and it's just easy to grab and it's fun. It's cozy. I love it. I love to put on my Aerie stuff. And sometimes that's how I will start my morning is I will actually put that on and then go to the gym during lunchtime. But laying out my outfit the night before ensures that I don't have to think about it. Again, not being necessarily a morning person, I'm not in my creative element in the morning. And I wouldn't say I'm in my creative element at night, but I'm at least a little bit more focused. So while my tea is boiling, my water is boiling, I will go and figure out what the day consists of tomorrow and make sure everything's on my to-do list, make sure I'm not missing any meetings, anything like that, and pick out my outfit that coincides with it. And some days that is literally leggings and a crew, but some days that's like a really nice outfit with like a blazer or whatever it is, okay? Now I go back, pour my hot water, and I either will put a slice or two of lemon in there with a little bit of honey, or I'll do some sort of herbal tea. Either or, whatever I'm feeling. I don't really have a preference. I have no rhyme or reason to when I do one or the other. But a warm drink always helps soothe me. And I feel like it just puts me in this mood to be romanticizing the evening away, okay? So once I have my hot tea, hot lemon water, whatever, I go and put my PJs on. I am not a cute matchy set girly. I have one or two matching sets that I like sleep in. And they're cute, but whatever. I don't like the way that the waistbands usually fit around my waist and like I'm sleeping and I feel like, I don't know, it's just awkward. So usually I'm like a old sweatpants. Like they're super loose on me because they're so old from like middle school. Sweatpants and like a baggy t-shirt that I got at some state fair. It's usually what I wear to bed. And it's very cozy. So I put that on, drink my tea, and start my skincare rotation, okay? So I have mastered the skincare rotation, in my opinion, for my skin, at least what I think. And it's cool because I have a like a Monday night, a Tuesday night, a Wednesday, and then it repeats, okay? And one of the nights is just lotion and tretinoin cream. Tretinoin is my favorite. I believe you do have to have a prescription to get it. So I go to a dermatologist and that's how I get my tretinoin. And I mix it with Vanacream. Vanacream is my favorite moisturizer to put on your face. It is so good. I will tell anyone I possibly can about this moisturizer. It is better than, I think it's called CeraVe, because it's a little bit, the ingredients are a little bit higher end, okay? Can still get it at Walgreens, Walmart, all the places. And it's probably a little bit more expensive than CeraVe, but I was recommended this by multiple dermatologists, but I first started using it back in, I think, 6th grade when I went to my first dermatologist appointment because my acne was so bad. I remember the dermatologist being like, oh, this is severe acne. And when the doctor says it's severe, I feel like that's when you know, okay? And we're clear right now, okay? Not a pimple on the face, and now I'm gonna go get one, so stupid. Shouldn't have said that. Anyways, I put this with tretinoin, okay? If you do go to a dermatologist, I would highly suggest talking to them about it because it's really, really great. Again, it does dry out the skin a little bit, so I don't do it every night. Do it every 2 nights. Well, 3 nights. moving on. Then I have a night of red light therapy and self tanner. The red light therapy is a wand that I use, and I just go over my skin and just, it helps clear out the bacteria. It does red light and blue light. It helps with scarring. And because I did have such bad acne before, there are some scars on my cheeks, the sides of my face, and my chin. So I go through with this and try to heal some of the scars up. And it's really cool. I love it. I feel like I'm killing bacteria when I use it. It's cool. And then I do self-tanner after that. I use the Isle of Paradise or Tanologist, but I usually use Isle of Paradise. Then on the third day, that is when I use my serums. And I am pretty cool using my serums. Like, I feel like a little chemist, okay? Because I use Simple Science. So they're like very pure forms of hyaluronic acid, retinol, vitamin C. I'm doing this off of memory. I didn't have them in front of me, so that's why it's taking me a second to remember everything. Anyways, it's very pure forms. And you just do, and you kind of mix it to whatever you want. So I mix these serums on my face, and it really has been making a huge difference. I've been doing this actually for a couple months now, and I didn't want to talk about it until I kind of narrowed it down. And I've narrowed it down. I feel good about my skin now. So anyways, I will do one of those steps depending on the night. It's so great. I love it so much. Then I do my vitamin routine. I take care of vitamins, and then I also have some medications I take in the evening. I take all of my medications, vitamins in the evening, because it's easier for me to sleep on a stomach that's working through everything than it is to be like going throughout the day. I learned that when I was really young. I started a lot of medications. Oh, this is a whole topic. When I was like 13, and I haven't been off of them, and the goal is to get off of them soon, very soon, but we're not there yet. I'm working with some medical professionals to do that, but we're biding our time a little bit. And yeah, so that means that I take all of my vitamins and medications at night. Usually my lemon water, my tea is starting to dwindle. We're getting down there. And when I take my care of vitamins, I love them so much because I took a quiz. So I actually think I might have this quiz linked in the links. If not, I will put it there for the show notes. So you guys can take this quiz if you want to. It's really fun. And basically you just talk about your health goals, and then it tells you what you should be taking to reach those health goals. So I take a probiotic mixed with a prebiotic, a multivitamin, iron. There's another one I take too. Oh geez, I can't remember what it is. But anyways, and they come monthly with little packages that say my name and like little inspirational quotes, and I track my vitamins on my phone. It's really cool. And so I've been doing that, and that's been so great. I love that. And then I brush my teeth because usually my tea is gone. So I do my teeth routine, I guess. I almost call it teeth skincare. Ooh. I don't know why it makes me not feel good. Anyways, I used to do mouthwash every day. And then I watched this video about how mouthwash like kills the good bacteria and bad bacteria and all the things, and you should not do mouthwash every day. So I do mouthwash twice a week. I floss. I'm gonna admit it to you guys. I only floss 3 times a week, okay? I'm not an everyday flosser. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope that's not too cringe. But it's the truth, okay? And I love it. I switched to David's toothpaste. It's organic, all natural. All the things, super healthy. It's not like putting a bunch of super harsh chemicals in your mouth. Whoa. Just so that way you can sit there and like, I don't know, I feel like your mouth, that's where like so many things are going, well, obviously into your body to nourish your body. And like we're putting really harsh chemicals and things that we have no idea what they are from all these heavy toothpastes. And I don't know, not sitting right with me. So I switched to David's. It's great. Okay, now we're getting into the point where it's a little crazy, okay? Right now, we've just made some tea and we've just, laid out outfits and did some skincare. We're not crazy yet. This is where it gets crazy. So, as I'm sure you all know, because I talk about it, I do have a Hatch alarm now. Great investment. I love mine. I have it set so when I tap it at night, whenever I start, whenever I go to lay down in bed, it will do light rainfall noises with a red light for 1 hour. Okay, when that goes off, I know oh shoot, I really need to get to sleep because it's later than I want it to be. I also changed out the light bulbs in our room to be red because red light is so much healthier for your eyes than bright light right before you go to sleep. The same way you don't want your screens on looking at you. And if you notice, there have been no screens in this conversation. The phone has been plugged in since dinner. We're really not on the phone. And so I changed all of the light bulbs to red, and I got them off of Amazon, and they were literally like $7 for multiple red light bulbs. I changed them out, and it's amazing because I just feel like it's my body truly saying like, okay, time to go to sleep, especially in the winter because it's dark by like 5 p.m. So all of the lamps are on throughout the house from like 5 to 8. So when I go into my room and turn my red lights on, it's like literally my body being like, oh, time to wind down. Okay. I love that so much. Highly, highly suggest doing that if you can in your bedroom, okay? Then I switch between a humidifier and an air purifier. Matt got me these for my birthday, and I love them. I love them so much. My humidifier is more so in the winter, obviously because it's so dry. It's really helped with my skin, I've noticed. I don't feel like I wake up with dry patches anymore. And my throat doesn't feel so scratchy when I first wake up. So that's been amazing. And then I also switch between an air purifier. Truthfully, Matt got the air purifier because he thought it was a humidifier. It is not. But I love my air purifier. I did not realize that it was something I was missing in my life. I have really bad allergies, and I have not had an allergy like attack in the morning since I've gotten this. And I switch back and forth because I don't necessarily want them running at the same time. I don't know, maybe I could, but to me it's just like one night or the other. So back and forth between that, and it is so great. Okay, so red lights, air purifier, humidifier, all of those things are going. Okay, I have a little shelf next to my bed, and I will reach over and grab my journal, and I will write my 1-sentence review of the day. And it's great. I love my 1-sentence review of the day because it's fun to look back randomly whenever I feel like it and just kind of see either how the week went or maybe how my month is going, or just be like, oh wow, I forgot that we did that. You know what I mean? I forgot that we went out and had so much fun the other night. Like, that was a sweet thing that we did together, like as Matt and I went on some adventure, you know? So I love the 1-sentence reviews. Then I turn my Kindle on dark mode and read. If I'm struggling to sleep, I will go ahead and read a self-help book. Currently, I just finished Atomic Habits and the Power of One More by Ed Milet. I did those by audiobook, so what am I reading? The 5 a.m. Club. I have not finished the 5 a.m. Club yet. We're getting through it. But because I usually am exhausted at this point, I'm okay to open to whatever book I'm currently reading. I just finished Verity. Never read it before, and I'm in a book club, and it's so fun. And I literally read it in like one day. I kid you not. And it was so good. I loved it so much. So that was what I was reading. Gotta find a new book now. But anyways, so I read my book on dark mode. So that means that it is black, like pages, and then white words. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of, like white words. So it does not hurt my eyes at all with my red light. And I probably have legging curls in at this point. So I'm just sitting there, my humidifier, air purifier going, red light around me, reading my dark mode Kindle, and I truly am feeling the most romanticized nighttime routine ever. Okay, like it feels good. Oh, I did forget to mention, I always put ice water next to my bed, so that way it's easy to wake up. I was putting it in a cup, but then one morning I woke up and I kind of spilled it all over myself, so I have switched to putting my Stanley next to me. That way, just in case like I were to knock it over or something, it's not going to spill all over me. But I did get up really fast because the water was still really cold, so, you know, maybe that was what I should have done the whole time. Just, that's my advice for you guys, okay? If you can't wake up in the morning, just put a glass of ice water next to you and then just pour it on you in the morning. Don't try to drink it, just pour it on you, okay? Oh dear. Anyways, the last piece of our routine then is when Matt comes in to go to bed, we always do this little nightly recap, okay? So we say something we are grateful for in the day. That could be anything, something that was just positive, something that just made us happy that day. Even if it's a really bad day, we've got to say something we are grateful for that day, and then something that made us feel seen by the other person. So that could be, you know, Matt took out the trash and I didn't ask, or I made Matt brownies for him to come home to work, or I texted him a sweet message, or whatever that looks like, just something that made us feel seen. And I think that's really good because we've been able to feel appreciated each night, but also appreciate the other person. I don't know. And then we pray. And we do a prayer together every single night before bed. Then I usually turn my big red light off. Now my hatch light is usually still going, so I still have a subtle red light glow. And I put my silk eye mask on from Amazon that I got for my birthday. And we go to sleep. That is the romanticized long routine, okay? And again, this is something that's been put together over the last 2-ish months, 1 to 2 months. And it really has been amazing. I've been getting way better sleep, and I do feel more rested and prepared for the next day. And we will jump into what the next day looks like, what the morning routine is next week, which I'm so excited about because I think that there are more tangible things in that one. Or this one's more so just, hey, you've got to create a nighttime routine for yourself. And if this is all overwhelming, I do have 3 essentials. These are the 3 things that I don't skip. It's that 15-minute cleanup. I have to do that every night before bed. I don't care what kind of day I had. I just have to make sure the space is clean. I will go in and simply brush my teeth, wash my face, and then put lotion on. Okay? Just lotion. No serums, no red light, nothing like that. And then I'll just read my book in bed with my red lights. That's it. Those are my 3 steps. Clean up, self-care, but the bare minimum of self-care to survive as a human being, and reading right before bed because it usually just helps calm me. And on days that I'm only doing my essentials and I'm not doing a big long routine, I probably need something to calm me because it's hectic. It's crazy. So anyways, I hope that this was inspiring. I hope that we are able to, I hope that you are able to kind of take these and be like, wow, okay, what is my nighttime routine? How am I setting myself up for success in the next day? Okay. What are you doing that your future self will say, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for setting me up for success, and it's your immediate future self too. It's not 5-year you is going to be like, I'm so glad I started working out in 2023 and taking care of my body. No, literally in 8 hours, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I put this water next to my bed, or I'm so glad I picked out my outfit, or I'm so glad I cleaned up my space, taking care of my skin, all of these things, So truly, when you're forming a nighttime routine, start asking yourself, what can I do to make tomorrow me life a little bit easier? Tomorrow me's life just a smidgen easier, okay? Because when we do that for ourselves, we're able to truly focus during the day, in the morning, on things that we really want to be focusing on. Maybe you want to start filming some content in the morning that you want to post out, and you got to set yourself up for success for that. Maybe you want to wake up earlier so you can go to the gym in the morning. It starts in that nighttime. In that nighttime, you are going to set yourself up for your success. So how are you doing that? You know what I mean? And figure out ways, because that's going to look different for every single person. If you're a student, maybe that means that you're not doing a 15-minute cleanup in your dorm room, but rather you're making sure that your entire backpack is packed with all of your things that you need. Your assignments are done, so you don't have to feel stressed about that. And it's waiting by the door with everything you need laid out. So when you wake up, you're able to jump straight into actions rather than sitting there contemplating, okay, what do I have to do now? And then end up scrolling on your phone or doing something that really wasn't what you wanted anyways, okay? And, I work from home, so I have a lot of flexibility in this. But if you have a 9 to 5, the same goes for you. Pack that bag. Make sure you pack your lunch maybe the night before. Maybe that's a step you take. There's so many different ways that you can just cultivate this to whatever serves you best. Your nighttime routine is here to serve you. Put it to use. You are capable of changing your life. So start this week. Start small. Add a step to your nighttime routine. Right before bed, you're going to do this every single night. And that's going to grow and that's going to change as you see your needs change. Or maybe you want to add to it, or maybe you want to just completely revamp it. But you are so capable of changing your life. So start with the night before. Set yourself up for success, okay? I hope this was inspiring. I hope you have so many ideas right now. So many ideas on how to change your life, how to get better, and how to just really serve future you, okay? All right, I love you guys, and thank you so much for listening to this week's Inspired Lady episode. Be sure to be ready for next week because we're talking all things morning routine.